Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Wrap Up. With you, as always, Nick Buckler, Dan Myers. Dan, I hate to say it. We talked last week a lot about the Tigers, and start playing the little viola, and it's season's over in my eyes. I think it's time to sell. We've talked about it before. They need to go on a roll to start the second half of the season, and the roll started well on Friday night. They get the 7-3 win against Baltimore, but Saturday and Sunday's games were absolutely dreadful. Justin Verlander does not have it, and they let a guy whose ERA is upwards of 6, and I believe it was Chris Tillman on Saturday. He twirled a gem, only gave up one hit to the Detroit Tigers. The most potent offense. Cry me a river, friends. The season's over. Get them while they're hot. Tickets are going to be unloaded. I know our season tickets are going up on StubHub. I have no interest in going down there. They're going to need to win 10 games in a row to even have a chance. They're 4.5 back in the wild card as of today. They got the Seattle Mariners coming to town, who, frankly, that's a team they should be able to beat, but they should be able to beat a lot of teams. And let me tell you something. It hasn't happened.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying that all season. You know, this is a team where it's a good game series where we could just, rebuild, restructure, get things going again, and they haven't been doing it. When JV was pitching the other night, you could see those batters' the mouth salivating at the pitches he was throwing. They knew
was
what
he
it was.
pitching, or was he just up there collecting a paycheck?
He
That's a $28 million a year till 2021. That was a good investment, eh?
Oh, great investment. Yep.
Excellent. But continue. Sorry to interrupt.
And it's fine. You could just see them salivating at every pitch he was throwing. And unfortunately, that's not the case. And like you were saying, we should beat Seattle, but I can't see that happening. I'm just not confident. I think the big story, the completely unraveling of the team was Ian Kinsler getting kicked out over just something stupid. You can
Because
tell
he's a crybaby. That's why he got thrown out.
They're frustrated.
Cry me a river, Ian. There's no reason to do what he did. He tossed his bat back towards home plate in the direction of the umpire and catcher. Wasn't intended to hit them, but it was just the direction of where it was. The umpire said, you know what? You're horrible. You're kicked out. We're going to do your team a favor. And then you see Castellanos get into the game, gets pegged in the face with a ground ball. That's just the way the cookie has been crumbling for the Tigers. And it's not even a cookie. It's like an expired sugar cookie that your grandma gives you from when she was a kid.
Yeah, like a
That's
Werther's
the kind
original.
of the worst.
Yeah, it's
the worst.
There you go.
It's just frustrating. It's almost become a laughing stock, as you can see just from the way we've carried ourselves in the first couple minutes. I don't know. We're gonna play a little game here, Dan. We're gonna play a game called Buy or Sell, and obviously we both think the team should be selling come All-Star break, but I'm going to go individual players on their performance this year, and if you want to keep them, obviously you're going to buy. If you don't want to keep them, you're going to sell. And we're going to start with a guy who I think has been the most consistent player that's pitched this year, David Price. Would you buy or would you sell David Price?
I think he's got some value to him. I'd sell him. I'd get rid of him, try and make something of it, make it maybe a package deal. But yeah, to me, he doesn't really want to be here anyways, so let's sell him.
If there's a chance that he'll come back, I would buy David Price. But the problem with Detroit sports teams of late is they have this false hope that they think teams are going to, the players are going to come back to their team. And Ndamukong Suh, he's spent his whole career here. He's gonna be the future of this defensive line. No, he's not. And everyone knew he was leaving, but the Lions didn't want to get something for him, and they let him go. Look at Babcock. There was false hope, although that was kind of a different situation because he's a head coach. But people thought, he's going to come back. Why wouldn't he come back? We've got it all here in Hockeytown. Gone. See ya. Last year with Max Scherzer. Should we trade him? He's not going to come back. He might come back. He might come back, and then we should sign him. No. He doesn't come back. You lose. You get nothing for him. Get something while you can from David Price, unless you have insight that he is for sure coming back. That's why I say you lock him up this year. You don't let him go past the trade deadline without a contract. If that's the case, you trade him. Mm-hmm. Next guy, Yoenis Cespedes, buy or sell?
He's another one that you'd have to sell. Absolutely, yeah. He was up for the All-Star game this year, and yeah, absolutely.
Sell, I agree. He has one of the best arms, if not the best arm, and I don't think he's coming back. There's no way he's coming back, although he has a lot of friends here from his origin country. I just don't think he's coming back, and you got to get what you can for him, whether it's one prospect, two prospects, some cash, cap room, something. You got to get rid of him. Joakim Soria, buy or sell.
Sell, get him out of here. I don't want to hear his name ever again. I'm just done with him. Get him out of here, please.
Yeah, he had a good start to the season, but I think he's worn out his welcome as well. Every single, it doesn't matter who you are. You could be, Mariano Rivera, and the Tigers pick you up to close, and you'd be bad. It's just the curse of the Tiger bullpen. People are letting black cats loose in the bullpen or something.
Yes.
I don't know, the curse of the whatever.
Yeah, walking under ladders, something.
There's a bunch of ladders leaned up against the wall in the bullpen, and all the goat pen for that matter.
Yeah, there you go.
They've been brutal this year. I don't even know if you'd sell it. I just think you just say, see ya, dude. If you can get something, great. Whether it's a couple batting practice
There's
balls
the door.
or
Yeah.
A couple vendors for the hot dog stand, from a team, get rid of him. Now it gets interesting. Players who aren't under contract or who are still under contract and managers, Brad Ausmus.
I think this is probably going to be his last year. I think we're going to see one of two things. Ausmus is going to stay and Dombrowski's going to go, or vice versa. And I think it's just going to be they're going to have to work something out, and I just can't see both manager and GM staying. One of them's gone at the end of the season, before the end or beginning of the next season.
I'm going to get bold, and I'm going to say both of them are gone.
Yeah.
Dombrowski's contract expires at the end of this year. He was the next guy on the buy or sell list, so we'll cover them both right now. Ausmus, I don't know if you'd call it a sell, because I just say it's an outright fire sale.
Yeah.
His seat, it's no longer hot. It's on fire. He's burning. He's got nothing from the waist down now, and the fire's just spreading north. It's only a matter of time before he's gone, if he already isn't. He's atrocious. If they keep losing, and the thing with the Tigers is they've never really fired managers mid-season. I don't know if it's like a class thing that they do or what. I'm sorry. This is an organization. You don't know how many years Mike Ilitch has left in reality. He wants to win a World Series. And with the team he's got, they need drastic change. They need almost like a 2002 Red Wings thing to happen for them to even have a chance. Because Toledo is the worst team in AAA history. They have nothing down there. Dixon Machado's been their best player. He's hitting .270. It's bad down there. AA Erie, do they even have? I think me and you played for them this weekend.
Yeah,
They're brutal. It's bad. Dombrowski fired. I don't even know, or just don't bring him back. He's terrible. Brad Ausmus is even worse. Here's my problem with Dombrowski. People give him so much credit for these great deals that he's been a part of. In my opinion, he's been a part of more bad than he's been good. Obviously, the Miguel Cabrera trade was one of the best he's ever done. In that trade, the Tigers acquired Miguel Cabrera and Dontrelle Willis, who at the time was a great left-handed pitcher, power, even could hit from the batter's box, from the Marlins, in exchange for Mike Rabello. Was it Cameron Maben was a part of that deal. Ramon Santiago went the other way, and Eugenio De La Cruz. Where are these guys now? Cameron Maben's in Atlanta. He was our #1 prospect. He's trying to resurrect what career he may have. I'm not sure. De La Cruz never pitched again in the majors. Mike Rabello never got to the major league level, and he was a high touted prospect, switch hitting catcher. And Ramon Santiago, we ended up getting back 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Great deal. Miguel Cabrera ends up being probably one of the best players of the current era. Dontrelle Willis, well, he ended up going to the loony bin. They caught him running around his apartment complex in his underwear in January. It was just a disaster area. Fine, we got Cabrera in that deal. Great job, Dombrowski. But let's touch on some bad ones that he's done. 2 years ago, Doug Fister, under contract for 3 more seasons, not a big cap hit, been one of our most consistent pitchers, ERA in the mid-2s, great postseason pitcher, commands a game, can go deep into the game. Oh yeah, we should probably trade him for a bunch of garbage. I'll take yesterday's newspaper, that expired half-eaten donut from the dumpster. And I found this penny heads up in the parking lot. We'll give you Doug Fister. They got Ian Kroll, who's been an atrocious relief pitcher. Oh, but he's a lefty. Robbie Ray. What? Who? He's in Arizona now. They gave him a couple chances last year. He's been terrible. Although now he's kind of been serviceable in Arizona. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
No, they got Steve Lombardozzi as well. who they traded before the year even started. After they got Lombardozzi in that trade, and then traded him for Alex Gonzalez. So it was like, oh, we'll give you this pawn for this pawn. Oh, we're not even going to give you the rook or the bishop.
Yep.
It's bad. That was one of his worst deals of all time. Yeah. And the list goes on. Thoughts?
That's another thing is it's one thing for the fans to get excited, and when you have a hot pitcher like we did with Justin Verlander, say, keep him, sign him, franchise him for, another 10 years. But we're not running the organization. Dave Dombrowski is. And he should know, especially having insight in the dugout, is they should know what he's really worth. And I feel we really dropped the ball with the Justin Verlander and also Max Scherzer. It's easy to throw money at a player who's been doing good, but hasn't really showed too much potential. And especially with Verlander having the heat that he has, we should have learned that heat's not always going to be there behind a pitch. You need more alternative. And as you see now, Justin still thinks he has that heat. He lights the clock up at 92, 93.
Yesterday I saw he tried to blow one by a guy with 3-2 count, bases loaded, throws a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, grooves it right down the middle, bases clearing double to the corner.
Yep.
He doesn't, and I said that. I said it out loud. We tried to blow him away at 92. You can't be getting away. 98, 99, you can throw it up there. 92, that's going to get, you're lucky if that stays in the yard. That might be out on 4th Street.
Yep. And another problem I heard was Jack Morrison interview saying, he doesn't consider information. He doesn't, take.
He knows it all.
Yeah, he will not listen to anybody. He's just his own player. Which, you know what, JV, if you're doing what you were doing 5 years ago, all right, more power to you. That's fine. But you're not. You've been hurt. You're not listening to anybody.
Your naked pictures get leaked.
Yeah, on top of that, yes.
He's not even on the field. He's just.
It's just.
He's been in the tabloids for all the wrong reasons.
Exactly. And I feel a manager should be able to, or general manager should be able to see through that stuff, or see that stuff, and make the right decisions, and not be a fanboy about it. So, I think he's going to be gone at the end of the year. Dave Dombrowski. Dave Dombrowski. Yeah, screw that up.
I was about to throw a party. It's over.
Yeah, your boy Alex Avila are gone at the end of the year too, right?
I heard trade rumors about Alex Avila. Let's touch on that. Who would want him?
That's a good question.
My Little League team is interested in a catcher. Our catcher just went down with, he had a common cold. And I think Avila will be a good fit. He's a left-handed bat. He can hit about 190, so that's real good at the 12-year-old level. And I think he's good,
My softball team at Liberty, our catcher just blew out his Achilles, so.
Catching's real strenuous in the adult level, slow pitch. It's very demanding. Yeah. You got to stand there. The ump makes more plays than you do. No, but Justin Verlander, Alex Avila, these are two guys that you would like to get rid of them. However, you might not find any team that's interested in taking them as well as their. I mean, Avila's not making that much money, but Justin Verlander, $28 million a year for the next 4 or 5 seasons. That's almost like a Franzen contract. It's just one that's just kind of over the top, kind of. It's brutally over the top. Yeah. And I heard rumors of this trade with the Cincinnati Reds that, just to me, I don't even know who thought of it, because it's literally dreadful. For us, it would be great. Tigers would give up Justin Verlander and a ton of money. In return, get Johnny Cueto and Aroldis Chapman. They're 2 best players. Yeah. But who's running that franchise? If that's a true rumor, I'm going to put a mortgage on the house, block off the streets, and everyone was coming over to this party, because it's not happening. And if it does, mark my words, week of July, whatever it is today, 19th, 20th?
20th, yep.
Mark it, 2015. If that happens, party hard.
Unfortunately, I think that's
I'm going to wear my Avila jersey, because I haven't quite thrown it in the fire yet. If he hits 220 this year, we'll throw a party as well. That's not happening. James McCann should be the starting pitcher, might as well be at this point. Starting catcher of the Detroit Tigers. Avila should be mopping the floor after the players leave in the showers. Vendor. I don't know. Pick me up.
I unfortunately that Reds talk I think is just
Someone that
say
got hammered
for-
at the bar and said, "This would make sense."
And the
Why
right
don't
guy
we
was
trade
listening.
for Barry Bonds?
There you go.
Pick him up in his bottle of steroids.
Yeah.
The best thing that could happen to the Tigers right now is Bill Cosby gets a hold of their drinks at the bar.
Yeah.
Because then maybe they think they're making the playoffs. I'm
There
not
you
sure.
go.
And another problem with Dombrowski I'm going to touch on real quick is he still thinks they're in buying mode. And he's going to give away the few, if any, players in the minors that we have. And he's going to try to get a guy that's going to maybe get us to 84, 85 wins, maybe get the second wild card, and, hey, see what happens in the first round of the playoffs. Maybe. You never know.
Hypothetically,
you
this
get
might
in,
happen.
and the World Series could be yours. Heck, you could win the next 5.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
And I think a big problem, too, with Dombrowski and Ausmus is the fact that we had Justin Verlander taking practice games during the regular season. He should have either been sent down to the minors. He should have been pitching more virtual games. For him to
Practice game, it's a waste of a game for the Tigers because it's
Exactly.
an automatic loss.
Yeah, we're
I could have
burning
dug
games
in
that
and,
we shouldn't have hit.
I could have dug in the box and maybe whacked one out on him. He's been bad.
Yeah.
The pit, it looks like a beach ball coming in, and then you look at his post game interviews. Oh, it depends on how you look at it. I had one bad
There's
inning,
that's
but
what's
are you
driving
going to
me
let that
nuts.
one inning? Yeah, you gave up 7 runs.
We had one bad inning in Minnesota, and we lost the game. That's the problem. We have one bad inning, and it cost us the whole game. And if I hear that excuse one more time, I'm going to lose it. But it's just
You'll hear it.
Yeah,
When's he
and
pitch
that's the
next?
problem.
Thursday? Yeah, it'll happen.
In Seattle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately,
108 start. Justin Verlander on the mound against, Ray Charles might be able to find the strike zone more than JV. That was probably not in good taste, but we're going to continue. Hey, there's a golf tournament this weekend. It's still going on, the British Open. 13-hour rain delay. They actually had to cancel the rounds on Saturday. Only a few players finished their rounds, and it was definitely exciting. It's my favorite major of the year for golf, and there's a slew of guys in it right now, and it's crazy over there overseas. It's 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, 45, 50-degree temperatures, raining sideways. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. The course is just unbelievable. And who's your top dog? Who are you picking?
Picking Louis Oosthuizen.
Yeah.
May have some invested interest in why. But Spieth is going for his 3rd major of the year, and he's an American guy. You got to root for him over there. And to win the first 3 majors of the year would just be absolutely incredible. It hasn't been done in a long time, and no one's ever won all 4, at least in a long
Recent history,
time. Oh
yeah.
yeah, Tiger Woods won 4 in a row, but it was the last 3 and then the first. It started with the U.S. Open, British Open, PGA Championship, and then the following Masters. So that was kind of like the Tiger Woods Grand Slam, but it was not the official Grand Slam. Jordan Spieth, 21 years old, from Texas, and if he can do it, good for him. It'll be great to see for the game of golf, especially with the crumbling of Tiger Woods.
Yep.
He's been dreadful.
What's left of him?
Missed his last 2 cuts in a major for the first time in his career. He's won 14 majors, and now after this past weekend, he missed now his 14th major cut, and 8 of them have been in the last 3 years or 4 years. Ever since his little debacle, his family troubles in 2010.
Just hasn't been the same Tiger. Yeah, clearly,
The Detroit Tigers and Tiger Woods, very similar spots right now. I watched a little bit on Friday of Tiger Woods, and he looks like he's really lost a lot of weight, and with that, he's lost a lot to his golf game. But, I mean, I'm not saying that's why. He's just been awful. His shots have been left, right. He looks like me out on a golf outing when I'm spraying the ball all over the place, towing them between my legs, hitting the road. That's Tiger Woods, PGA Golf.
Yep.
He got the name strip from EA Sports.
Yeah,
it's
even
no
lost the
longer
game.
Tiger Woods golf game anymore. It's now Rory McIlroy, 2015. So he's just getting everything. Him and Jared Fogle getting their
not going their way.
getting their rights torn from him.
Yep.
Come on, right?
Unfortunately, yeah, it's a shell of what he used to be. If that's being gratuitous. He's not hitting the ball like he used to. He's clearly disturbed as far as his game. Watching him trying to putt, you can just see this internal battle going on in his mind. He used to be
fighting
clutch.
the demons.
He really is. And anytime it's even a chip shot or he's stuck in a bunker, he's fighting with himself. Or, the old Tiger Woods, it's like, all right, what's he going to do with this in the next hole? So
yeah, even if he makes a horrible shot, you knew his approach was just going to be absolutely incredible from the heather this deep, and he's going to stick it 6 feet away.
Yep.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, he was notorious for making something out of nothing, and unfortunately, he's nothing out of nothing. So
Tiger Woods used to, Sundays, he would wear his red top and his black pants, and that would mean Tiger Woods is in the hunt on Sunday.
he's in the zone.
I thought of something. He hasn't made the cut since Nam. What if he wore that on Thursday? Get in the zone and shoot 6 under on Thursday to get his head right. I think here's what he's got to do. Tiger Woods, I know you're watching Shelby TV, so why don't you just take my advice? He gets back with his wife. His kids go, oh, Dad, Mr. Tiger. Yeah. His wife, oh, Tiger, thanks for coming back. And boom. His game comes back. It's the resurgence of Tiger Woods. He wins every tournament in 2016. All 52 weeks, Tiger. He's going to win them all. That would be a great story.
It would be a great
That'll
story.
Be the headlines. It's happening. Mark my words.
And then he's going to
July
find a cure
20,
for
whatever
cancer,
it
and he's going to solve the crisis in the Middle East. Yeah, I think we have a better chance of that happening than Elin thanking him for coming back. But hey,
Come on,
like
now.
John Lennon said, we could be a dreamer, but we'll see.
I am dreaming. It might be more of a nightmare, but I'm dreaming. Let's talk Red Wings for a hot second here. Season's right around the corner. Training camp coming up. Let's do a little prediction talk. It just came out in the news that Pavel Datsyuk is going to miss the beginning of the season. And when he first underwent that ankle surgery, they said, oh, he's going to be back. He's going to be, don't worry about it. It's just a little surgery to right him. He'll be fine. Now he says, sorry, I'm not going to be ready. It is his birthday today, by the way, so happy birthday to Pavel. I know you're watching, over back in Russia. Told me he'd watch every time that we were on, so thanks, Pav. Get well soon, my friend. What do you think? What's going to happen with the injury to Pavel? How long is he going to be out? What's happening?
He just needs to take his time. I mean,
don't rush it.
Yeah,
we want him at 100%.
Absolutely. We didn't have him at 100% last year, and we know how that story went. Take your time. There's no rush. We have a lot of talent coming in. It's going to be essentially a rebuilding season with the new coach coming in, and just it's going to be a different way the teams run. And so, I don't think there's going to be any urgency to get him back here. 'Cause, we're going to be figuring stuff out, even if he was healthy. We'll be moving him around with our new trades and stuff like that. So, I think no rush. Heal. We need you at 100%. We don't need this 85%.
Just like when you're taking a dog for the walk. Heal, man.
Exactly,
Heal.
yes.
Crank that leash a little bit. Players that are on the cusp of making the team. It just came out this week. Dan Cleary is going to sign a 1-year contract. But I heard he's not even going to count against the roster. He's going to be immediately going to Grand Rapids. If you're Dan Cleary, why? Why do you really AHL? He might even play in, the ECHL. Come on, dude. I'll take you on Team Guinness on Saturday nights at Fraser.
Okay.
At this point, you might as well.
He clearly loves the game and doesn't want to leave Detroit.
Loves the game.
Cleary loves the game, yes. And he doesn't want to leave anytime soon. Yeah, I think he feels he's got something left in him. And he does. He's good. He's a good hockey player, but not in the professional level. He could probably add something to Grand Rapids or the Guinness team over at Fraser. But
real good squad. We've won 5 championships. D4. We're coming for you guys this year. You better look out. We'll have the season preview for that team coming up next week. But
Absolutely.
That's a whole nother can of worms. Dan Cleary, on the other hand, he's like that guy at the workplace that gets fired. And then he keeps coming back to work. He's sitting in his desk when Bill, his replacement's already sitting there. He's already got his pictures of his family up on the desk. And there's Danny coming. Hey, guys, what's going on? He puts his headset on to take some customer service calls. And Dan, you got fired. No, Bill's just filling in for me for a while. Oh, you guys want to go out to lunch? It's on me. At that point, use them for the lunch if you have this guy at work. And just like
he's the
Red
Milton
Wings,
from Office Space.
we're going to use Dan Cleary. Maybe you can talk to our young players. He knows he's a good leader off the ice. And if he wasn't, they wouldn't be keeping him around for this long. And he's a guy that they're going to keep around. Maybe, hey, if you want to be a healthy scratch in the league, I'll show you the way. You'll practice hard and play in 7 games in the regular season. Another quick guy I want to talk about, enough of Dan Cleary, I'm going to stop right there abruptly. Dylan Larkin, does he make the team?
I think he does. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like he's got a lot to add, and it's like I said earlier, it's a rebuilding season. I really don't think they're gonna play it safe. Try anything and everything, and if it works, it works, and we'll see. If not, send him back down, and we'll mature him from there.
I think Dylan Larkin starts the year at AHL, but he does get up with the team due to injuries or what have you, guys going cold. Pulkkinen, they already said, is going to start with the team. Anthony Mantha, I think, is going to start in AHL. I really didn't think he had it last year. He was coming back from the broken leg. But there's a lot of things to be excited for this team. New coach, the goalie controversy. I think Jimmy Howard and Peter Mrazek are going to feed off each other and make each other better. So we have a good 1A and a 1B, kind of like in 2008 with Dominic Hasek and Chris Osgood.
Yeah.
There wasn't a number one goalie. They were both number one goalies. And like they said, 1A, 1B. And Hasek started the playoffs. Team didn't look so hot. They go with Chris Osgood. No lack of confidence in the world. They go on. He takes them to the Stanley Cup. And I'm not saying that's going to happen this year, but it's good for their confidence levels. They can go back and forth. One guy's a bad game. The other guy comes in, rights the ship, and the other guy, and vice versa. I think they both still have a lot in the tank at this level.
Yeah, and that's another thing is, we do have two great goalies. But the thing is it good enough for Jimmy Howard mentally? That's what I'm still trying to figure out. Is he good under pressure? Is he not? He knows he has that position to lose to a great goalie also. So let's see how Jimmy works with it this season. Hopefully he can get rid of those demons that he had in the past couple seasons, the stress, and hopefully he figures that out. But, it could be beneficial, obviously, for the team to have two strong goalies knowing that it's their job to lose. And even if they have one or two bad nights, they're going to lose it to either Mrazek or Howard. So I think that might be good, but I think it's going to be a true testament of Howard's mentality as far as how mentally strong he is, knowing that that's his position. He's no longer number one, and we'll see how that goes.
I think the band Trapped said it best. Headstrong. You got to be headstrong.
Absolutely.
Back off. I'll take you on. It's about all the time we have left for today, though. We'll get to more of that next week. More Red Wings. Hopefully we have positive Tigers. Maybe they go undefeated this week. More with the British Open update. We'll get you the winner next week. And who knows, maybe Stanley Johnson Piston talk. For Dan Myers, I'm Nick Buckler. Thanks again for watching.